Hey dudes, it's me Stomp. In this video I'm just going to basically quickly show you how to go through the Embers questline for Project Ozone 3. I'm no expert on Embers at all. Truth be told, I had to get someone to help me. But I was requested to make this video just so I can make this easy on other people trying to do the Embers quest in Project Ozone 3, so let's get on with it. Right, first things first. The quest line is basically going to tell you that you need to kill an ancient golem. Once you've killed the ancient golem, you're going to need to get yourself the ancient codex. That's the quest line. If we come back here, you can see the ancient codex is what you're going to need to make. Once you've made yourself one of those, I recommend going this way and make yourself the Ember Hammer. It's the Tinker's Hammer. Very, very simple to make. Not very difficult at all. Like I say, this is going to be a quick video, so bear with me. Next, it wants the Ember excavation part done, which means you're going to need to make yourself an Ember Bore. Once you've made an Ember Bore, go all the way down to where around Y level 5 is where I'm currently set at. This is the Ember Bore, currently working away, as you can see. And all you need to do is you need to grab yourself a couple of crates, because crates are better. Thank you, Bozemanian Devil. And this is your input, and you're also going to need to make a mechanical core. So the mechanical core goes on top of the Ember Bore, and then you're going to need an item extractor and item pipe, which is part of the quest. It does tell you to make them. And then you're going to need another item extractor, this end of the mechanical core, with the pipe going into here. I don't know why there's a lever there. It was probably an accident when I tried to click on the chest. But in here is all the ember that I'm getting. Ember grit can be burned, so you can actually rerun that through here. But what you want to do is you want to put in coal, charcoal. I even think wood works. And basically what you want to do is feed this machine the coal, and then what you get out is these ember shards or ember crystals. These are fantastic. You're going to need these for later. So what you do, once you've got that running for a while and you've got yourself a little stockpile, you don't need a huge amount, but a little stockpile will be just fine. What you're going to need to do next is you're going to need to make yourself the pressure refinery. And the pressure refinery is quite a cool block. You need to put it on a block of copper. So you need a 3x3 area. The center is going to be a block of copper there, and then you're going to surround it with lava. Then what you need to do is feed it water. We're using the fluid extractor, so the extractor is the end it's extracting from and pumping into the pressure refinery. In here are our ember shards, or as you can see, there's the ember shards, and they are being pumped with item extractor into here. That then burns them and turns them into embers. As you can see, they're heading over to here. Now we have to use the ember emitter and link it up using the Tinker's Hammer to our copper cell, because again, that's part of the quest. The copper cell is kind of like a battery. It stores the ember, because the ember is the power. So you need an ember receptor, and then if you want to link up your ember receptor to your ember emitter, all you do is come along with your Tinker's Hammer, you shift, right click, and then you go over to your ember emitter and you right click, and that will connect them. So they are now connected, and that's how it always works, is destination first, shift right click, and then where you want to pull the ember from is just a normal right click. And you must put a lever on your ember emitters. There you go. So once we've got all our stuff stored in our battery, we don't need to have it all stored in our battery, but just a place for it to be stored. We can then start pulling from the battery and doing that. Now the quest says once you've made that, you need to make the ember activator. You make it. I don't use it. The pressure refinery I've made and now I'm using. And then ember manipulation is just basically what I told you there, with the emitter and the receptors, and then obviously the copper cell. So once you've done all of that part, and solid ember, that's just telling you to collect those from the ember bore. These things you can work out yourself. You just make all the pipes, and the ember dropper. I didn't use the ember dropper at all. These dials, you can use them. It tells you how much embers in stuff, and the atmospheric gauge. The next quest line you want, or the next tier of this quest is the Camonite. Camonite is pretty self-explanatory. You can make that, and then you're going to need to make these stamps. These are important. You're going to need them. So then what you want to do after that is you want to make yourself the melter. Now, the melter I have set up currently here. And it has just melted me some iron, not iron, some copper. And I need that copper because it's got to go into my refinery. So if I grab that copper there, and we'll put down another tank here, what I can then get it to do is to make me some gold. Now, this is just, again, large storage crate, item extractor with a lever pumping into there. The ember receptor needs to be on the bottom part of the melter or it doesn't work. This is where you input your fluids, and then this is where the embers go. As you can see, the embers are, that's on fire over there, don't worry about it. So that's going to do that. And then what you've got here is your portable tank with the fluid extractor making the gold. And we're going to take this over to here, which is our mixer centrifuge, because our plan is, once we've made the melter, you make the reservoir, we don't need it, the stamper, I have that set up here. It's basically like that. You need to place the base, put a block in the middle, and then place the stamper, and then have your receptors all set up on the sides. And then what I've done is I've put a bin down there. You can make a bin from embers. And then you've got the item extractor with a lever, and that's going to extract from there. We're going to use that in a second. Okay, dude, so we should have our gold now, which we've got 4,000 and 4,000, so we're roughly there. Hopefully this works. I've been having some trouble, but if we put our gold into the system, that should go, yes. And then our copper into the system, that should go. Thank you very much. You can hear this thing working away. And then click that, and there's our dawnstone being made right there. So this basically is just obviously a tank full of copper, the fluid extractor going into there, then a tank full of gold, fluid extractor going into there with the levers. Don't forget the levers. The mixer centrifuge with the ember receptor on top. I've had to move it from over here to there because I don't think that the ember was reaching enough, but I should get 8,000 dawnstone in return, I believe. So the next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make a dawnstone ingot. To do that, we're going to need to use, it's the bar stamp. I'm sure it's the bar stamp. We're going to put that up on there. Now, I can't remember whether I need, we'll find out in a second, but I can't remember whether I need or not. Do you know what? I'm just going to grab me an empty bucket real quick. Let's grab this guy, and it's not going to work, is it? I need to come out of creative. There we go. Let's grab a bucket right there. Now I'm pretty sure if I put a bucket in there, yeah, there you go. It'll start stamping away all on its own, and it'll make me a dawnstone ingot. There we go. There's my dawnstone ingot. So the next part of the quest, and we're getting quite close to the end now, is to make the aspectus. Now it wants us to make all of these aspectuses. Now JEI is your friend. If you type in aspectus, you can see you just need an ember shard and the type of iron. I'm not going to go through all of them, but it's saying it needs it on the stamper here. So if you're going to do it, you're going to have your stuff on the stamper right there. So for us, we're going to make the dawnstone just to show you how it works. So we need molten dawnstone, we need an ember shard, and then the plate stamp. Currently, we have the bar stamp, so we need to swap that out. So if we go up to here, go there, put this guy up there. You shift right click to take it off, by the way. And do I have, yeah, I've got ember shard right there. If I put an ember shard in there, probably not all of them. Let's just put one in there. There we go. One ember shard. And it probably hasn't got enough of the dawnstone. So if I go and grab another bucket of dawnstone and just hit that on there, it should do it. It would have done that. And there we go. There's our dawnstone aspectus. And we'll do it one more time. Please don't do that. Come on. That'll do. Give me 2 of those. Right, it's made 2 dawnstone plates as well. There we go. We need those 2 dawnstone spectres. So once you've made all of yours, that'll be the quest completed there. And then we're on to Ash. Now, Ash I've already kind of had set up. You're going to need the Cinder Plinth with Ember Receptor, so you're going to have to give it embers from the battery over there. And then what I've done is I've put a bin underneath, and then I've got a chest here, which I filled with cobblestone. Let me show you this working quickly. Let's go here, and there we go. We'll get rid of that bucket. If we put our cobblestone into here, it will pull out that cobblestone. It will put it in the top there, start burning it, which will then drop into the bottom, and then it will go into here to be turned into ash. All of this needs to go, by the way. So that's where we're at with that. We've now got all of our ash going, and I do feel I need to just remove this quickly, because I don't think it's going to work where it currently is. So let me... yeah, I think it'll be okay here. So let me put that there. Sorry, dudes, I'm going to quick setup and get this working. So yeah, once you've got your ash, it's time to do the final part of the mod to get the dawnstone that you're after. Where's my lever? There it is. To get the dawnstone that you're after, and this is the final part. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to link up. We'll pick this one here because it's the closest. Sorry, I did that wrong. It's shift right click here, right click there. That will start sending ember into there. So the next part and the final part of what we want to do is we want the glimmer crystal right here. It's 2 ember shards, a piece of nether quartz, and 2 gunpowder. Now I don't have nether quartz or gunpowder, so let me grab gunpowder. We'll have a stack of you, and we'll grab some QU, there it is. We'll grab a stack of U2. Now I'm going to come out creative for a second, just so I can pick these up and do this properly. So yeah, I think I'm done with everything I got here. So let me just throw all of this stuff away, so we can actually just finally get this last little bit done and show you finally how to make the final part, which is the glimmer crystal. Now I've got 3 of these dawnstones. You don't need 3. I've got 3 just because I'm lucky enough to have 3. Right, so what you're going to need to do is, do I have no little ember shards left? Yeah, there we go. We'll make some shards there. We're going to need those shards. What you need to do is, it gives you a recipe on here of what it needs. So it kind of gives you an idea of where you need to click. This is the outside, those are the outsides, and then the middle is the top. So you can only do it one at a time, because if you put a whole stack on, it won't work, because it wants to put the whole stack on. So you need to kind of do it this way. So you click that side, you click that side, and that'll put the 2 in that way. And then obviously you do the same for your gunpowder, like so. So you put 1 here, and then 1 here. And there we go, that's that. Now what you're going to need to do is you're going to want to grab your dawnstones. Now I can't remember where it puts all 3 or 2, so we'll just split them up just to be sure. You put 1 there, and you put 1 there. And that is it. You're ready to do what it takes to make the glimmer crystal. The only thing you need to do is grab yourself some ash. Now the maximum you can put in, because you're guessing, is 64. Now normally you would do this and have 1 of these plinths. I recommend, if you can, make 2 straight away. But there we go. There's 64 in there, because you have to have a certain amount of ash. If you look at the recipe, it gives you an idea of how much ash you must have. 64 to 80 is the amount. So we've put the minimum of 64 in. And what will happen is this craft will fail. So we'll fire the beam cannon. This is what happens when we're waiting for the craft. As you can see, this is it's firing from the 2 dawnstones onto here to make the glimmer crystal, but it's gonna fail. It always fails every time, but you learn something when it does fail, and I'll come back when it does. There we go, it's just failed, and what we get back is a alchemical waste, but it tells me how inaccurate we were on our dawnstone. So it's 64 plus 11. It's asking for 75 of the ash. So what we have to do, they remain, but you lose everything on there. So basically, you're going to have to do this again of put these ember shards on the side here. You're going to need to split up these guys again to put these on this side. One there and one there. And then you're just going to need your one nether quartz in the center once more, like so. And then you need 64 ash plus 11. There we go. And that's how much it's going to require to make the craft. Now, this is why I told you needed 2, because each plinth can only take, I think they're called plinths, a pedestal, can only take 64 of the ash. So this one's going to have 64, this one's going to have 11 in it, and then we're going to go again. And hopefully, if I've done it right, this thing will craft and we'll have the Glimmer crystal. And then that's it. All you need to do is make your portal over there, like what I did, with your 2x2 water in the center, and surrounded by flowers, vegetation, that sort of stuff. And that's it. That's how you get yourself to the Twilight Forest, which opens up the quests for Lordcraft over there. And yeah, that's pretty much it, dudes. Let's just see this thing craft. And there we go. 1 Glimmer crystal. And that is pretty much all you need to know about Embers for Project Ozone 3. This mod is huge and it has loads and loads of other things that you can get involved in. But for me, I just wanted to do the video to show those of you that have asked how to do Embers for Project Ozone 3. That is how I did it, and hopefully this video will help you do it. I want to say thanks very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please do stomp on that like button for me. I'm streaming Project Ozone 3 on my Patreon sub server. I'm doing it every day of the week except for Wednesdays and Saturdays, starting from 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. Please come and join, come and watch, show your support. It'd be fantastic. Yeah, share this video if you find it's going to be helpful for people, then that would be fantastic. But thanks very much for watching. I've been Stomp the Bean, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, dudes.